Hey gardening family, this is Karen here at Star Farms. Starting out a short video today for the good news, bad news of mid-May in the Pacific Northwest. This is my Adjavarsky pepper plant. It's growing hydroponically. I started it from seed, and it is covered in peppers, covered. None have turned red yet. We'll see as time goes on. And then this is a sun sugar cherry tomato plant. It's about 5 feet tall, doing really well. It's got a lot of tomatoes on it, and they should be ripening up here pretty soon. So I'm going to pause this, step outside, and show you what's going on the deck. So I'm just going to start at one end here. This is my lemon thyme and some cute little grassy thing in there. My regular thyme and what's left of my oregano from last year. A Verona cabbage that's not really heading up. It's been growing under the green lights inside. Like I said, this is a good news, bad news situation. There's not a lot great going on out here. Some rosemaries and a chamomile that I bought. Those will be going up here on the deck. Some tomatoes. There's 2 trays of tomatoes here that I started from seed. They're going to be a mix of mostly canning tomatoes, and these look okay. They're doing all right. They've been up potted deep into 6-inch deep bags for root growth, but notice they're not in the ground yet, so we'll keep moving on. Mother's Day presents. I got some flowers from a greenhouse and some hanging pots. I have a yarrow there at the far end. Excited to see what it does with the bees starting this year. And this little purple thing, what is that? We didn't know what it was. We all got one to put in to grow. We couldn't understand. The tags on them were handwritten and not very clear, and some other flowers and grassy things. So here's more of the bad news. Here's some of my other tomatoes. I'm hoping that these are cherry tomatoes that I grew far too many of, and some of my brassicas, some basil, and some cilantro. But those tomatoes look very sad, not lying. Some more flowers and some oregano for Mother's Day. So these will be kind of fun to do. There's some things in there I have not grown before. Another hanging pot that I got for Mother's Day, and a lavender tree that I bought for myself. I'm hoping the bees really like this. I'm going to put it in a pot down near the beehives, and I think it'll be fun to watch the bees come after those. Another very sad tray of tomatoes next to a much happier tray of tomatoes. I'm telling you, it's a good news, bad news thing here all around. Leeks that I started forever ago need to get out into the garden. Celery and some peppers. All of my peppers look terrible. They're spindly, they're alive, but that's all I can say for them. A tray of flowers, those need to get out. More tomatoes, more peppers, the sadness continues. And then the last of my hydroponic system right now, I'm down to just the 4 buckets of hydroponics. So these are celeries. I've been eating on these for the last couple of months. I clip off the outer stalks of them, and they're good. I like it. Growing hydroponically, they're out on my deck for good now, and I think they're a little happier out here than they were under the lights. And a basil, she needs to be pruned up pretty bad. She's having a hard time maintaining her position in the hydroponic. She's just too heavy. So the rest of the bad news, I am going to step up to the deck here. And if you know me, you know that I have trouble walking anyway. So there is the big garden. Looking at it from my deck, look how empty that is. It's empty. It's terrible. Big old pile of compost I had delivered 6 weeks ago to build beds. Neighborhood kid came down with a tractor mounted with a tiller and tilled up that far edge of the garden where we didn't grow last year. We were planning on growing there this year. But there's nothing out there, guys. This is terrible. There are some garlic and onions that you can't see from here. They are growing. They're doing okay. But it's like 50 degrees here today. It's mid-May. That's the best we're doing. In the 30s at night, upper 30s. We haven't had a frost in a few days. But there's nothing out there. I injured my back And I have a litter of puppies here, I have goat babies here, and I have the bees and baby chickens here. So it's been a busy season, but the weather just has not been good enough to get out there. My garden partner does not do well in the cold. If it's windy at all, she's out. So neither one of us have been out there. We have prepped some beds, but that's about it. It looks good weed wise. We just need to get some stuff in the ground, cover it with some insulated cloth, and see if we can get things going out there. I don't even have my squashes started yet, so we need to get zucchini and pumpkins and squashes going. Hopefully I'll do that tonight, and then tomorrow is supposed to actually hit 70 here. Hopefully we can get some of the brassicas in the ground and some more onions. I have a couple hundred onions in my garage that are going to die if I don't get them in the ground soon. So that's where we're at. I hope you guys are growing better than we are. I think that, in another month things will look a lot better, but boy, it's been a tough year for starting. So like I said, hope y'all are doing better than we are here, and keep growing. Get your hands out there in that soil and find some peace and grace in your space. Talk to you soon.